think about if we want to know or can place Pink Diamond into future episodes, or we're just going to see Rose
probably
again.
Probably just
or...
flashbacks of her.
Yeah, I don't think she's going to come back. If they do that, it would be too hard on Steven.
Yeah, well, I don't know about two. It just they've like the one thing that
Please don't do that.
The core of this story here is that Steven is taking over where Rose left off, or at least.
Oh no! You know what they could do? They could make Pink Diamond take over Steven's place.
Yeah, well, I mean,
that's horrible.
Well, stuff like that she's somehow still alive in the gem. It's just too much. Like, if you go that far, you've officially retconned the premise itself. Just don't. I mean, like, I could see, like, some kind of scene where Steven, like, somehow gets to talk to the ghost of his mom, like, one time, but, where, like, they switch in and out or something. Don't do that. Okay. But, that said, though, this does bring, like I said, a lot of possibilities. For one, Steven doesn't have some rose quartz. He's got a diamond in his stomach. He has all the powers of the diamonds.
Yeah,
or at least a diamond. So, okay.
That actually also makes a little bit more sense, because I always thought, like, Steven was getting a lot more stronger than I actually thought that gems could become.
Well, I mean, Rose Quartz did seem like she was supposed to be the strongest gem anyway,
yeah,
so him like gaining ground, passing up Amethyst, that was not hard to roll with. This is like, his ceiling shouldn't be like maybe up there with Garnet or something like that. It should be most powerful character on the show, except for maybe the other diamonds.
Yeah.
But
I'm looking forward for this white diamond, because like that should be more like, I'm guessing like that's what is that synonym for? Pure, clean.
Yeah, like when they lay out the 4 diamonds, the white one is usually at the top, so I mean they're probably saving up white diamond because she is in some way the most significant.
Yeah.
But and then there's so much like all these other gems. Jasper hates Rose Quartz because she shattered her pink diamond. Like, if Jasper ever comes back, just imagine what that's gonna be. Blue wants Rose Quartz's metaphorical blood because she shattered her dear pink diamond. She can't stop crying for pink diamond. Hey, you technically never lost pink diamond. She did this to you on purpose, though. How do you feel about that?
When she finds that out, I think like Blue is going to go either she's going to be really happy, like she's still in Steven in some sort of a way, or she's going to go on the insane route and be like, I'm going to kill you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know where they're going with Pink Diamond. Like, if the idea is, or Blue Diamond, that is, like, if the idea is that losing Pink Diamond in the past thousands of years since then have softened her up a bit, or if the idea is that she, is not completely cold, that, she does have a heart, she's not all black and white, but, like, this is still someone who was willing to shatter gems, who was, maybe that her tears are more hypocritical than she realizes, and that when push comes to shove, she's still going to be the same old Blue Diamond. Like, that's up in the air. Yellow, I don't know what they could, like, unless they're going to pull like a twist that Yellow is actually the one who has more of a heart to open up, and Blue is not.
I don't think so.
Yellow just seems like she's just plain the bad guy.
Yeah, it's out on a range, or how to say that.
But like all the other possibility, Greg, did he know that she was Pink Diamond? Probably not. He said himself that they didn't talk about their past, so his wife wasn't even what she told him. She was. And Pearl knew, and Pearl has been keeping this a secret for all these years. Like, Greg, I don't like Greg because Pink Diamond, Rose/Pink Diamond shows him, he always has that over me, and I always have to resist coming back at him with, you didn't even know who she really was. You were just a phase all along. She just used you to start over. yeah, Pearl had to resist coming back at him with that all those years.
Yeah, but there I had to say it like I did to you yesterday. Like, I think the reason why she didn't tell Greg is because, like, she became Rose. She, shattered Pink.
We already...
No, yeah, she's herself now. She's Rose, and she will never, go back to that past, because, like, that's not who she is now. She's Rose, and she's not going to become, Pink again.
Well, they said as much in the episode. They went through great details. Like, okay, my Pearl, no one can ever know about this.
Why?
This must never get out to anyone. I can never be Pink Diamond again. Pink Diamond is gone. Like they laid all that out. Okay, the thing is though, you marry someone and you have and you have the first eternity of your life. Okay, put it this way. Like, let's say. What's a good, like, the first 25 years of my life, I am someone I actually haven't told you about it all, and, like, even what I've implied that to be is an outright lie, and then I date you for a year and marry you, then, okay, have I done you right at all? Have I built a real relationship?
As long as you hold your promise, yes.
That was a vague enough answer so that... Boy, you might have wriggled out of jail on that one, but I made... Okay, if, like, for someone to decide if they want to marry you, like, I made...
Like,
to hide
who Greg.
Well, she can't, but it's like, okay, like, how... That's more baggage, though. Okay, she didn't tell him who she was. She didn't tell him anything about what she did. The only way that could be a little bit redeemable is if we didn't really talk about our pasts. We agreed to, we were okay with each other. Now we didn't even want, like, if that goes even deeper than Greg said, like, if they had the conversation, like, if you only knew how horrible it was, you don't even have to say it. I love you now.
Yes.
Then, like, okay, I mean, they're probably gonna do something like that. Yeah. But I mean, heck, that's still baggage. How's he gonna feel about that? How's he gonna react? What's he gonna say to Steven to help him cope with that? Is Greg gonna be the one who needs help coping with it? Like, there's a lot of places they can go with that. There's a lot of routes they can explore.
Yes, but I don't think, like, they're going to go in a place where he has to explore all of that. I actually think, like, he's going to be like, well, I actually already, like, I knew, kinda. Like, she had something. Like,
I didn't know in the sense that the story ever had me find out, but somewhere I knew.
Yeah, but I think, like, he's not in love with Pink Diamond.
Well,
he's in love with Rose. No.
I mean, whatever you call her, I'm a firm believer. Everything that
I still see them as two persons.
I don't. Everything we've gone through contributes to who we are now. Like, okay, you went like down, and then you decide, like, okay, this is completely wrong. I need to totally reverse this up. Well, okay, all that down still contributed to you going up. So,
but you still also have the ability to say, like, I came, this far, and I'm not going to go back again to that.
Like you
point.
You choose not to go down, because you've been down before. You've seen it's horrible. Okay, that means being down that first time still played into who you are. Like,
yes, but I don't feel like Greg is going to be, like, feeling cheated or feeling like it's wrong. I just feel like maybe he will maybe we will have a conversation with Steven, because he really needs that. He needs his,
probably going to be something to take in. I mean, heck, maybe they will go the route that, like, Greg suddenly becomes that beacon of light there. Like, okay, his love for Rose is not affected even a little bit. He, like, says to Steven, I'm sorry, I know who I fell in love with. She was a great woman, or if she,
she's your mom.
I mean, we knew she went through a lot, but I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
but she did all of this to save, the world and
all
us.
of that, like. Yeah, okay, you see, I mean, maybe he'll hear that story, listen patiently, and be just like, you put it all together, you see, she did everything out of love or something like that. I mean, they could go that route too, that, like, Greg is suddenly that beacon of light, and and if they go that route, most people, including me, will probably be like...
crying.
Rock on, Greg.
Yeah.
But, I don't know, I think they could get, honestly, at least some weight out of, like, him having to take all of this in. I mean, they've gotten some emotional weight out of Greg before. They've shown that, like, okay, he's, he's not, like, an angsty character, of course, but, I mean, he is, someone who, is capable of, feeling and thinking, like some weighty things.
And he also took care of Steven all by himself. We saw that before in older episodes when he was a baby. Yeah, I know, like, he was grown up with Onion's family as well, right? With sour cream and onion.
And then Steven was like Greg, after they went through that, and he was raising him as a baby, the gems came by and then tried to kidnap him, and then they all agreed, okay, this is more than any of us understand, we need to all contribute to raising this baby.
Work together too. But he was alone with Steven for a long time, though, before the gems, right?
A couple months, maybe.
We don't know.
The implications seem to be.
Tell us in the comments. No, we don't know. Do you have more?
Yeah, well, I think that was pretty much it. Like I said, there's just, I mean, in spite of what I would conceive as flaws, in fact, this might even be a little bit contrived. Like, okay, Pink Diamond decided that what she needed to do was to wage a war against herself. I mean, they're gonna have to do some explaining for that to make sense. I mean, like, maybe it wasn't much of a war at all. Maybe she was just, like, leading these crystal gems in battles against just, like, little, platoon here, workforce there, just, like, something on the outside, and saying, like, hey, great, I happen to know that this is really important, and it wasn't at all. And then as Pink Diamond, she was just like, oh, these crystal gems are giving me so much trouble. Maybe, just hear me out here. Maybe we should consider leaving the world alone. Maybe we should. And, like, the other diamonds, like we saw in that flashback, when they wouldn't listen, just like, no, you need to be Pink Diamond, and they will go away. She was like, okay, this fake war isn't working. Maybe I need to actually make these crystal gems look like a threat now. Like,
and I actually feel like it's not only a external war, but an internal war with herself as well. With Pink, her, actually have to kill herself.
There's so many flashbacks we need to see to some extent. Okay, now that we know who Rose is, we need to see a little bit now that Pearl was there firsthand. Pearl can do what Garnet did in the Lars spaceship episode. She can tell us. I mean, even if we can't see it firsthand, we can get a Pearl flashback showing us who Rose Quartz was and what went through her mind and all of that.
Yeah. But I also if we could get a flashback about how the other two actually saw her, Garnet and maybe not that much. No, we need more.
Amethyst knew her for a while.
Yeah, so. And Amethyst knew. But still though, I don't think Pearl is the only one that knows.
How about that too? The Diamond not only saw was taken aback by the place she came to conquer, but she fell in love with her servant. Her servant. Pearl wasn't just any Pearl, she was the Diamond's Pearl. The Diamond's Pearl.
But I think all of the pearls are actually in some sort of a way.
Well, they're supposed to belong to somebody important, but I know they're supposed to be totally attendant to whoever they serve. But Pearl, we never knew whose Pearl she was at any time, and then so Rose made me feel like I was everything. Yeah, no, what the most perfect the gem at the top of the pecking order is telling me I'm not just a servant, and in fact telling me that I'm someone she cares about more than anyone, at least until she met Greg. Yeah, heck yeah, Pearl's gonna start to want to stand behind that. Heck yeah, Pearl's gonna feel some loyalty to this diamond and get into this fight for this notion of, I do matter. So, but
I don't think like she and Pearl meant with this that to Greg, like, you don't know her as I do and stuff like that. I think like that happened after she became Rose. So all of that with you saying, that she could have said like, oh, she was a totally other person and stuff like that. I don't think like Pearl would do such a thing.
Well, okay, of course she wouldn't, and she didn't. Like Pearl, Pearl like wanted to stand behind Rose even when Rose did not choose her. She wanted to do what was best for this baby, and that is darn admirable. But I mean, it's like, okay. I mean, what's another contrived comparison? Yeah, imagine you, I don't know, are playing, something in the Olympics, and it's the most televised event in history, and you have been given the golden unbeatable move that you promised you would, the most important person in your life you would never ever use, and then you lose, and you like go the rest of your life with the team or the person or whatever who beat you, like just like living next door to you, being like, and you still able to use this move, have to never ever 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 even tell them that you could have done that to them. Like
that's a little bit hard.
Harsh. And now Greg's going to know that Pearl knew and he didn't, and okay, it's a good thing that Greg and Pearl are friends now, because I mean, if it were possible for them to become even greater enemies before, they would have after this.
Maybe,
But I think pretty much all I wanted to talk about, though. I am disappointed that they gave up the baggage of Steven having to come to terms that his mom did something pretty serious. I think that nonetheless there are a ton of interesting directions they can go now. It's probably contrived on some level, at least. I mean, unless they were like really planning for this for a long time and they have a whole map to show us of like all the ways it makes sense. I mean, there was this one video we both saw of somebody going through why it didn't make sense, and I thought it was going to be, really Pink Diamond has to wage war against herself, and she's playing both sides and slipping away and somehow able to tell them all these perfect lies to throw them off her back, and instead he went on about, no, the top of a diamond should not look like a rose quartz in a cartoon. It should have been hexagonal. Like, I just spent that whole video okay, nobody cares, nobody should care. Bye-bye.
I'm also a little bit surprised about that, because like in my mind it makes sense. All of her moves up to now as Rose makes sense, makes a lot more sense now than it did before, because I also like had the notion of why Rose just I know why she got killed and had to give birth to Steven and that, right? But also like she had all of these even more difficult choices now. Now it makes even more sense, like why she did as she did. Or maybe it's just me thinking like that.
So what, like some of the mysteries of Rose you think have been filled in by this twist?
I think like some of the things I had with mystery about Rose is
like name one.
Like why she was so secretive about her past, why she couldn't tell Steven more than she actually wanted to, because there's a past like where you see a cutback where he actually talks with his mom. I know that it's only a mirage or something like he would love to have, but still I feel like if she had the ability to do this, she would do it, right?
Yeah, in general, why the show was keeping Rose Quartz relatively in the dark.
Yeah.
And it turns out it's not just because they were saving it up for the big flashback episode.
No.
Like I described in my impromptu fan fiction back there a half hour ago, however long we've been doing this.
Yeah. But I think like it's nice, and I think like they can find even more deep things. I don't think like it's going to be dull at all.
I don't think it's going to be dull. I think they just passed up, or throughout all the emotional baggage that they'd been selling us on.
Maybe she had to do something even worse than shatter a diamond.
Yeah, well, I mean, like I said,
they
did replace. There's already a lot of baggage that this automatically replaces the old one with, that she let everybody down and caused them all to be shattered. But she did not choose to do it herself. She didn't have to. It's like, so, okay. So crumple up and throw out the...
I just thought about something. What about if the war itself is a lie as well?
Well, I mean, there were witnesses
to that. Is that possible?
Like
but still,
I mean, she was telling...
There's also witnesses.
We already saw
Rose
she was
killing Pink Diamond.
We already saw she was telling the other diamonds that she was having trouble fighting these crystal gems.
But
she had to get other gems to back her up. We saw her attack Blue Diamond, and as Sapphire predicted, okay, whether it was the war she claimed it was or not, there was a war.
Yes.
Don't have a microphone, so pen drop.
But still, though, it could be like we figure out that was also a lie. Okay.
I'm sure M. Night Shyamalan would appreciate you right now, but
no, just kidding. I just like, now everything is possible, I think.
Well, I didn't think it was that contrived.
I don't know. Maybe not.
Alright, so we're gonna go dream up more twists here, but that's all we got in the meantime. Have a good one.